The story of the Good Samaritan, Luke 10:25-37. One hot and dusty afternoon in ancient Judea, the sun blazed high over the rocky road that twisted from the towering city of Jerusalem down toward the valleys of Jericho. This path was notorious, steep, winding, and dangerous. Robbers often lurked behind jagged rocks and thorny bushes, waiting for unsuspecting travelers. Down that road walked a Jewish man. His cloak fluttered in the dry breeze, and he kept his eyes on the path ahead. Suddenly, a rustle in the bushes, then chaos. Shadows lunged. The man was beaten, his cries echoing briefly through the hills before falling silent. The robbers stripped him of his clothing, took his money and left him bleeding, motionless and half dead on the side of the road. Only the sound of the wind remained. Soon footsteps approached. A priest, tall and dignified, wearing flowing robes and clutching sacred scrolls. He saw the crumpled figure, eyes barely open, groaning softly. But the priest glanced away, his brow furrowed. "I must not become unclean," he muttered. His footsteps quickened as he crossed to the other side of the road and vanished into the distance. Later, a Levite, a temple assistant, passed by. He slowed, peered at the man's bloodied body, and frowned. "It's too risky. What if the robbers are still nearby?" He too crossed the road and hurried on, leaving the man to suffer alone. Then came another traveler, riding a donkey. Dust clung to his simple sandals and his humble robe. He was a Samaritan, a foreigner despised by the Jews. As he drew near and saw the man, his eyes widened with compassion. He dismounted, knelt beside him, and gently wiped the blood from his face with a cloth soaked in oil. He poured wine over the wounds to cleanse them, and wrapped the man's broken body in linen from his own pack. With great effort, he lifted the injured man onto his donkey, holding him steady as they traveled down the road. When they reached an inn, the Samaritan carried the man inside and stayed with him through the night, refreshing his bandages and offering him water and food. The next morning, the Samaritan gave the innkeeper 2 silver coins. "Take care of him," he said softly, "and if his care costs more, I'll pay you when I return." Jesus, after telling this story, looked at the crowd and asked, "Which of these 3 was a neighbor to the man who was attacked?" The answer was clear, the one who showed him mercy. And Jesus said, "Go and do likewise." This parable teaches us that love has no boundaries. Compassion is the mark of a true neighbor, no matter one's background, status, or religion.